Wholesaling real estate is the perfect way to make an active income for real estate investors in Minnesota. This process involves finding deeply discounted properties, getting them under contract, and selling those contract rights to an end buyer at a higher price. Now in this video, I'm going to cover how to wholesale real estate step-by-step in Minnesota by going into the strategies we've used to successfully wholesale real estate over the last decade. And be sure to grab our state-by-state guide on how to wholesale real estate in the description down below. Now let's dive into it. So what's wholesaling real estate when it comes to Minnesota? Wholesaling is a strategy where an investor, meaning you, secures the rights to purchase a property and then sells those rights to another buyer for a profit. And the most common method used to sell the contract rights is called the assignment of contract. Here's a simple example of how it works. Let's say you find a property that is distressed and you're able to get it under contract to buy at the price of $200,000. Now, instead of actually purchasing this property, you simply just get it under contract at the price of $200,000, and then you sell those contract rights for $210,000. Now, what you make as a wholesaler is the difference between $200,000 and $210,000, which is the difference between where you got under contract at and where your end buyer is buying it. So in this case, you make the $10,000 difference, and this is your wholesale profit, also known as your wholesale fee. And this was all without having to bring any money to the table and without having to actually buy the property yourself. So at a high level, this is how wholesaling works in Minnesota. But now let's dive into each step. Step one for wholesaling real estate successfully in Minnesota is picking your real estate market. And what we recommend to get started is to start where you're actually located in Minnesota. So if you're in Minneapolis, start there. If you're in St. Paul, start there. If you're in Rochester, then just start in the city and county you're already living in. And we recommend this because you're already local to the area, which is superb because now you can drive to a property and view it when you need to. And then you can also meet with real estate agents locally who are listing and selling great distressed properties that you can wholesale in your area. Additionally, when you start in your own local market, you're going to know more than you think you know about the market. So for example, you probably know the good areas of the cities and counties, and you probably know the bad areas, and you know where new developments are going on, and you know where there's crime, you know where there's homeless. And all this local knowledge will give you an advantage against others who don't know this information, because all of these factors will affect the desirability and the price for the properties that you're wholesaling. So step number one is picking your market, which is going to be the city and county you're currently living in Minnesota. Now, step two is finding 3 to 5 quality and local cash buyers in your area that you can wholesale deals to. Cash buyers are real estate investors, typically fix and flippers, that are buying multiple deals per month and that want to work with wholesalers. And I recommend to find these cash buyers first, so you can actually know the exact deals that they want, and so you can find the exact deals that they want and have a hand in glove fit with the deals that you're finding. For example, some cash buyers may only want to buy in St. Paul, Minnesota, but if you're located in Minneapolis, then we want to find cash buyers that are buying in Minneapolis. This will increase the likelihood of your success and allow you to get the highest wholesale fees possible. So how do we find these cash buyers? Well, let me tell you about our Google Ninja trick. How it works is if you're located in Minneapolis and you want to find cash buyers there, then you go to Google and type in "sell my house fast Minneapolis." And what will happen is that in the organic search results of Google, there's going to be real estate investors who've invested into their website so that they can organically rank for these search terms. And this is because these investors, they're cash buyers, they want to find motivated sellers, right? They want motivated sellers to come to them. So we pretend we're a motivated seller who's interested in selling our house, and what happens? We actually find these cash buyers on the internet. And this is not something that takes hours. This can take seconds and minutes to find cash buyers in Minnesota using this strategy. And if you want my free guide on how to best find cash buyers using this strategy with additional phrases and keywords, then go to realestateskills.com/Google, and you can also grab that guide in the description down below. Now, this is just one of several ways to find cash buyers, so be sure to check out our YouTube channel if you want to learn more ways. Now, step 3 is finding wholesale real estate deals on the MLS. The MLS is the multiple listing service, and it's the database of all motivated seller leads on the market in your area. Now, this is an extremely powerful tool for finding properties that you can wholesale. And here's one of my favorite strategies that I love for finding great wholesale deals on the MLS. It's called our Day Zero strategy. Now, with this strategy, what you do is in the last 24 hours, you find all the new listings that came on the market. Let's say there's 50. And what we do is we look for the distressed listings that are in there. So there might be 5 or 10. And we want to focus and give those distressed listings, those 5 or 10, all of our focus. And why we love this strategy is because these are brand new distressed properties that need to go all cash, that are going to go to a wholesaler or fix and flipper, so why not you? And if you can be the first one to the punch, the first one to call the real estate agent, then you have a high chance of getting this property under contract. And throughout the years, us and our clients, we've done dozens and dozens and dozens of deals simply because we use this strategy and we were one of the first ones to call on the deal and to give that agent an offer that they liked. And if you want my free training on how to get the most out of the MLS without having to spend $1 in marketing to get wholesale, flip, and cash flowing rentals, then just go to realestateskills.com/watch, and I'll put that link in the description down below too. Now, step number 4 for wholesaling real estate in Minnesota is now calling and talking to real estate agents. So once you use the strategies that I told you, you've identified a property, now you want to call the actual real estate agent who's in charge of the deal. Now, the great thing about using the MLS is that typically the agent's contact information is on there, meaning their phone number and their email. So what you can do is you can actually give them a call, and then we want to verify that the property is actually distressed and make sure that this is a property that is going to go to a real estate investor. Keep in mind, we only want to call on properties that are in a distressed condition, that need fixing up, and where the seller is in a distressed situation. Now, a lot of the times when we're looking at a property in the description of it, the agent's not going to tell us immediately from the listing that the seller's in a distressed situation. A lot of the times, this is going to come up in the phone conversation with the real estate agent. So we need to give them a call, figure out the seller's situation, and find out what the seller's motivation is to sell. Now, additionally, from this call, we can get other information about the property, right? What types of renovation or repairs does this property need? Are there any special features about this house that the neighbors don't have? And what does the agent think this house will sell for in its best possible condition? And so on this call, we extract all this information, and through this initial phone call, we actually call it the discovery call. Because as you can see, we're discovering more about this particular deal. Once you get all the information that you need from there, we can then start to analyze the deal. So we found a potential deal, it's distressed. We've called the real estate agent, we've had discovery call. It's time for step 5, which is analyzing the deal. And at this particular time, we want to determine a few numbers. The first important number is called the after repair value, also known as the ARV. It's the estimated future market value of this property once it's been repaired. The next important number to determine is the cost of repairs. This is the estimated amount that it's going to take to repair this property to its best possible condition to achieve that ARV price. From there, we decide on our desired wholesale fee, which in a lot of cases, we like to put $10,000. And we feel that this is a very fair amount for the work that we put into a deal and to assign those contract rights to the end buyer. And sometimes you're going to make a lot more, sometimes you might make a little less. It's not always about the money, it's about closing deals and getting experience. Now, lastly, we're able to determine your purchase price. This is the actual offer price you'll be offering on the property and where you will get it under contract at. Now, a common formula used in order to find your maximum allowable offer, which is the maximum purchase price you can send to then get a deal under contract and wholesale it to a cash buyer to make your wholesale fee. Well, how we do this is we first start to multiply your ARV by 70%. So for example, the ARV was $500,000, multiply that by 70%, we now have $350,000. Then subtract the estimated repair cost, which in this example is $40,000, subtract that by $350,000, we now have $310,000. Then subtract your desired wholesale fee, let's say $10,000, and now you have $300,000. And this is now your maximum allowable offer price. So if you get the property under contract at $300,000, you have a very high likelihood of being able to wholesale it to a cash buyer and make your $10,000 wholesale fee. Now, that is a very simple rule of thumb. And in our experience, if you want to have more competitive offers, if you want to get more offers accepted, then I recommend using 80% of the ARV rather than 70%, because this will allow you to offer at a higher price, allow you to be more competitive, while also giving you a very high likelihood of making your desired wholesale fee, which in this example was $10,000. Now, as a professional, what I love using for each and every deal, each wholesale and flip deal, is our actual deal calculator. And this is so we can determine all of the costs down to the T and our profit. So it's much better than using a rule and some simple formula. If you want to use our calculator, go to realestateskills.com/calculator, and I'll put that in the description down below as well. Now, once you've analyzed the deal, it's time for step number 6, which is submitting offers and negotiating. Now, this is arguably the most important step because you can't get a deal under contract unless you submit an offer. And in this step, it's absolutely vital to send professional and quality offers. Meaning, don't send an offer that has a 45-day closing time frame when the seller wants to close in 14 days. And we need to use contract terms that real estate agents are familiar using with real estate investors. So for example, A clean professional offer will have minimal contingencies and a quicker closing time frame, so such as a 3 to 7 day inspection contingency and a 14-day close. This is what we call a clean offer, and this is also a very quick closing time frame that a lot of sellers who are in a distressed situation and need to get out of it quickly will find benefit in that shorter time closing frame. Now keep in mind, also with most offers, there is an EMD, an earnest money deposit. This is a good faith deposit that you typically put down on a property, and that's due usually within 72 hours of getting the property under contract. And these deposits can range anywhere from $500 to $10,000, and it really depends on what's most common in your area and the price points of properties that you're getting under contract. Now this deposit is usually refundable, but always be sure to check your contract. What goes in the contract, it's the law of the land, but these are typically refundable. And if you want to check out our contracts for wholesaling real estate in Minnesota, just go to realstateskills.com/contracts and you can get those. Now, one of the most important pro tips I can give you about wholesaling real estate with little to no risk is to always include an inspection contingency in your contract. What this does is it simply gives you a backout clause. So for example, if you have a 7-day inspection contingency and there's something wrong with the property in those 7 days that you don't like, you can now back out due to the inspection clause. Very important that you include this, especially as a beginner, if you do not know what you're doing. We always need a backout clause. Additionally, this is a standard offer term and will make your offers more attractive when we have a shorter inspection contingency timeframe rather than 14 days or 17 days. Now keep in mind, if the seller does need 30 days to close, then change your closing date to 30 days. Meaning we always want to be accommodating with your terms to the seller, and that will make your offers more attractive. Lastly, in order to make your offers more professional and credible, always include a proof of funds on each and every offer that you send. This is documentation that says you have access to the funds needed in order to purchase the property. Now, there are many ways to get these proof of funds from hard money lenders, private money lenders, but it's essential you have this proof of funds in order to actually be taken seriously and get your offers accepted. Now, if you want my free guide on how to get a proof of funds instantly, just go to realstateskills.com/proof, and I'll walk you through 2 different ways on how to get this proof of funds for free. Now that you're great at submitting offers, it's time for step 7, which is my favorite step. It's closing the deal, collecting your check, and getting paid. This is the final stage where you're going to assign your contract rights to the end buyer, and that end buyer is going to officially close on the deal by paying the seller for the property. And you will assign the contract by letting the title and escrow companies know the assignment terms by sending them your assignment contract. This assignment contract will outline your wholesale fee for the transfer of property rights and is signed by all parties involved in order to solidify the assignment. Once again, you can grab an example of the assignment contract by going to the description down below. Once the deal is officially closed, you will now be wired the wholesale fee to your bank account or get cut a check from the title and escrow company that you can now cash. And now you've successfully wholesaled a real estate deal in Minnesota and probably made about $10,000 or more on this deal. Now, when it comes to wholesaling real estate, it's not just about one deal. It's being able to do deals consistently and predictably time and time again. One of the biggest mistakes I see beginners make is that they get very excited about one deal and they're either hung up on it and they make the $10,000, or that deal doesn't go through and they're back at square one. So the most important thing is having consistency. And if you want to have consistency in your wholesale real estate business, then I recommend checking out my free training. It's going to walk you through our MLS offer system process, and it's at realstateskills.com/watch. And not only is this going to teach you the best places to find wholesale deals, but also fix and flip deals and cash flowing rental properties. And I'll teach you how to continuously get these deals on demand 24/7, 365 with predictability from the MLS. And lastly, I'm also going to teach you how to close these deals with buyers that are ecstatic to work with you and pay you large wholesale fees. I'm talking $10,000 plus. Now, obviously, there's no obligation or risk to watching this training. Chances are you're going to walk away from it with a lot of great ideas that you can implement in your own business, just like a lot of the real estate investors in our community. They're using the same exact methods to get deals every single week and every single month. All right, this is Alex Martinez with realstateskills.com. Happy wholesaling. I'll talk to you soon.